Hi, so our goal is to be able to transfer this design onto this piece of wood. That's what our main subject is. So you can make yourself an exact copy of the fish just using the lines. We will do the rest of the aquarium pieces a bit later, and what I'd like you to do is use a transfer material. I use carbon paper, and carbon paper has two sides. There's the glossy side, the blue side, and then there's another side to it, which is the dark one, and that's the carbon. We put it right next to each other this way and center your fish. So we are going to align our fish right in the middle of it, just where the other fish was before, and take that out. And we can start from on one end here, just working with the fish. For those of you who are not sure you can keep your paper secure in one position, the best thing to do is to tape it on four sides so everything stays in place. So this is what you do. Just press hard against the lines that you're working with. You can use either a pencil or a pen. Now, in order to get the heavier lines, we will set our control here to the warmest or hottest side. That way we get some really bold, deep lines. We're trying to put this design into here using our wood burning tool, and I have chosen the center wood burning bit in order to have better control of the lines as we put our lines on. We can go deeper into it to show our design. We can go over it twice. So this one tool here really works well for the curved lines. This is the sharp one, shaped like a cone, and the tip allows us to move like a free hand on our lines. Okay, I did some work on this now, so you can see part of the lines that I have done, and we can continue a little bit more as we do this part. Each of the tips has its own purpose. This one works well for what we want to achieve. And you can see I've changed my bit and allowed it to heat up so that I can work better on the curved lines. I think this particular bit gives us a better effect, better results on the lines we're trying to achieve. So those are the fins of our fish. By the way, I want to say that if you want to use the same design, I can make this design available to you. You can download it and you can use it as well, and follow this tutorial as you're making this actual design. This is the design that you would like to follow, and eventually, because of the effect of dark and light contrast on wood carving pieces, we will try to get more texture into our fish. We will work on those things as soon as we finish doing the actual fish designs. So isn't that something to look forward to? So now we have to do our lines first. Okay, we're moving on with the design of our fish. Getting it all started just takes a little patience. There's no rushing. You have to give it time in order to achieve some quality in your work. It's always nice once you finish it and you can say, wow, look what I have just finished. And in between all those spaces, we can put other designs using finer parts, finer tool bits to give our fish some texture. As you work on it, you will feel yourself getting better and better, and then you will gain more confidence. You will see that you will find the lines are easier to achieve once you feel more comfortable working with your wood burning tool. Well, we have done our fish now. I've put all the outlines necessary. Maybe we can darken the eye. Just so, that's the first thing we'll do. And then let's plan out how we would like to put the designs on our fish. On these ones here, we can do it all by freehand, just spacing with your wood burning tool, doing some straight lines, very thin, fine lines. Start our design work. Putting all of these parallel lines throughout these spaces. Now we're starting doing designs on our fish. From one line to the other. We'll, of course, do the straight line. Try and space them evenly. If you are not able to do that, you want to guide yourself with some pencil marks, you can do that too before you do the wood burning. Now we've done our first design. Well, let's do the next one. Doing these lines, you will get very, very good at this. You will see. Practice makes perfect. Before I go all the way down, I would like to do some lines crossing against the eye, filling those spaces in. We're starting to get some texture on our cute fish here. There. It makes a difference. So here is our pattern that we'd like to follow, and we're starting on with the lines here, and we've done them. Right now, I want to show you how to do the scales on the tail of the fish. As you can see, those are just like scallops, placed one on top of the other. And then let's start at the bottom, right here. A curved line like this. Don't make them too small because we're gonna double those lines so that we can, inside those double lines, we can shade and show contrast. As you can see, the effect of wood burning shows very well. And if we do the whole tail using the same method, this fish will start to look very, very good. It can get bigger and bigger as we go outward. And as you can see, that's showing pretty well. So just keep doing the same throughout the whole tail, and then shade inside. How's that? So here we are. So far, our fish is doing well, and we can fill up all of these open spaces with various different designs, like squiggles and circles and more scales, whatever you want to do it. It's up to you, but well, look at our fish now. So I've done quite a bit of the designs on the fish to give it texture. You might wonder just how I did that. So I'll show you on this piece of wood, extra piece of wood, how I did the tail. That was the first one, and I started off with a lot of scale-like designs, which are actually arches. We press our wood burning tool right on it. Make sure it's good and hot. So we'll do a few, and after we do the arches for the fish tail. So here we are, we're finishing our texture on the tail of our fish. Now I'm going to show you how to do this section of the fish. We just do again a few more of the arches using the point of the tool and going along the arch like this. You give it a line upward in the center and just cross against it. Now let's try doing another set of scales. This one's on this other part of the body of the fish. You can see that they are narrower. So we do narrower scales or arches. When you finish working on your arch, remember, don't stay too long on that point or else you get a burnt part. So lift up the tip of your tool and stay only as long as needed on that particular point. What happens is it starts to get very brown and it will look like you burned that part if you forget to lift up your tool. See how nice the texture looks. Now we're going to do some spirals, and these spirals are on this part of the fish near the fin, close to the tail. Just hold your wood burning tool steady. Don't go very quickly or else you will miss some areas of it. So slowly you can burn your design in, especially if you have a good grip and good control on your Versa tool. This area, the front fin, I put dots or circles on this particular one. So I do the outline first of the fin, and then I put the circles in this way. Make them wide enough in the beginning. Then you burn around each of the circles. Some of the other bits can also do good shading, so you may want to try other types of bits aside from this one that I'm using. This one in particular is good for making outlines. So instead of changing into other bits, I just have to have a little bit more patience in order to cover the areas I need to cover. So now we're almost done. These are the lines that you see in our fish. The scales on the tail. This one is on this part of his body. This section is the center here. That's almost the same as this, except it's darker. This one. And the spirals are over here, and these ones are on these places of his body. Right here on his face, I did not do too much because I wanted to show his mouth and his eyes, so I just did plain scales. Over here, I did just little squiggly lines to go along this way. And I shaded some areas halfway, and I left parts of them just plain. So you can do what you want to put texture on your own design. So I put that aside, and then we'll work on giving him the aquarium Now I'll put him in an aquarium. I drew the margins alongside it, and that's what I'm going to work on now. Still using this point. I find this point pretty good for making thin lines. So I can start off with this underwater design. As you can see, my Versa tool is really hot and it's giving me beautiful clear lines. It makes a difference. Sometimes the angle can go against the wood and you don't really get the actual effect. So you just have to double up if you want. The wood does give you some resistance. That's one. Here's another. Soon our aquarium is going to look good and our fish will want to stay in it. And there are little barnacles that we can put around him. You can actually do all kinds of little shapes for the underwater look. Just do a few of each and you will know that you're at the bottom of the ocean or at the bottom of your aquarium. Here we're starting off with some of the greenery that we find underwater. It's like small wavy lines to show some movement. Nature is usually easy to make because you can use freehand drawing or using your wood burning tool. You don't need to be too stiff because nature has a lot of curves and flows in it. It looks more natural. It doesn't have to be very, very dark because you don't want the background to fight with a contrast and with your main design. So just keep it light. Don't forget to give your fish some life, so he needs to have some bubbles there showing that he is alive and he's breathing. That's starting to look good. We're almost there. Okay, as I am moving upward there, I would like to show you just how to follow this line on like a margin. This one does not have to be completely straight. Just do a freehand and go heavier on that line so you get a darker design, darker burn in your aquarium edge. Again, it all depends on the pressure or how much weight you're putting against your tool. You can see the line is a bit heavier. It does smoke a bit when it burns the wood. I actually like the smell of the burning wood, although you don't want to inhale that too much. Here we are finishing off the first part of our aquarium. Okay, we're almost done with our fish project and this aquarium. I think it's starting to look really good. I think he might even enjoy staying inside it. We're just finishing off with the marine life and marine designs inside the aquarium. I'm almost finished with this. And don't forget that if you also want to do the same design for yourself, I will make the design available for you. This particular piece of wood is 8 inches square. So you can just center your design in the middle. And this is now what I'm working on is the last line to complete our aquarium. I'm going along the grain, so I find it very easy to work with the wood. We're down to our last ½ inch, and there it is. We're going to be working on other projects. I hope you come back. I hope you are enjoying watching how to do wood burning, and to get you interested in trying some wood burning, because I'm going to teach you. I'd like you to learn with me, and I'll be your teacher. All the wood burning stuff. I have lots to show you still. Okay, as you can see, there are a few pencil marks done by our preparatory sketching, and have a good look at your design before you turn off your wood burning tool. So when you see some spots that you might just want to, that you may have missed before, little dots like that, and it looks alright to me. So I will turn off my machine now. And as we are looking at that, I can see some pencil marks that are there. I don't know how clear that would be to you, but I actually use, because I'm an artist, I always make myself use a kneaded rubber eraser. I find it is so easy. It's like a putty, and you can just brush lightly on your work. There will be no dirt coming out of there, because it sticks right into the eraser, and it takes all of those little pencil marks very gently and very nicely. That'll clean up your wood, and your design will look nice and clean. What do you think? I'm sure you can do this. Our step-by-step tutorial, I'm hopeful, has been very helpful to you. I will be coming back every week to show you a new project, and pretty soon you will find yourself loving wood burning and wanting to do more. So I'll be here. I'll be waiting for your comments. Please don't forget to click subscribe and like. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a great time. I'll see you again next time. Bye.